Luv Sinha, why don't I come to you first? The charge against all the dynasts is the same, Luv Sinha ji, that all of you are there as parachute politicians, that you have not done the hard work or the hard miles to actually ask for votes. How do you respond कि आप लोग सब हवाई politicians, parachute politicians are there?
First of all, मेरा मानना है कि the people who say this, it's basically the opposition, and it's very funny because the opposition is a party I've actually worked with since 2009. I've been with my father since every election. This is my fourth election. It's the only difference is I'm a candidate this time. Otherwise, I've always been with him in every election. So it's very funny when the BJP accuses me of this, especially when they've seen that I work just as hard as their workers, if not harder. And I'm sure that even the Congress, they have multiple options to choose from. If they chose me, I'm sure there was a very specific reason for it. Now, before you ask me what that reason is, I'd like to say that the party knows better. But I'm very honored and grateful that I've been given this opportunity to fight, because it's going to be a good fight.
You know, it's interesting you're saying that you say that you worked with your father. I want to take that to Subhashini Yadav as well, because I spoke to her earlier today. And I asked her also this question. You're contesting this election in Bihar. You have no political experience. What made you decide, Subhashini, that you want to fight an election on a Congress ticket this time?
My father is part of Mahagathbandhan, and one cannot say that I don't have any political experience. I do have a social experience wherein I've been working closely here in my constituency with the people and helping them. And being part of Mahagathbandhan, Congress party gave me this opportunity, and I'm very thankful to the Congress party.
No, the reason I'm asking you this, Subhashini, is because your father, Sharad Yadav, came through a political struggle. You know, he famously won that big election in Jabalpur during the emergency period. He was seen as someone who took on Indira Gandhi, came through a socialist movement of political struggle. You are an MBA, spent much of your life outside Bihar. Would you say, as your critics say, that you're a parachute politician, unlike your father who was a ground level politician?
Yes, of course, people are saying so. But when I'm moving on the ground, the identity I'm having here is different from what people are talking about. People are giving me a lot of love, support, and the kind of hope they see in me. Being daughter of Mr. Sharad Yadav, the kind of work he has done in his constituency. Nobody has made me feel so yet.
You know,
but yes, there was a political struggle behind my father's political career. I am also struggling without him. I'm campaigning here. Without his guidance, he is not well. So it is a struggle for me as well.
You know, I want to ask you this, Luv Sinha. Is it much easier in a sense for you than it was for your father or indeed a previous generation? You come with the, with an advantage. You are Shatrughan Sinha's son of the original Bihari Babu. Is that an advantage or a disadvantage?
Okay, so let me answer that, Rajdeep. First of all, the main point here is that being his son means people expect me to be like him. They expect me to reach the heights that he's reached very easily, and they believe that I have an advantage. But whether it's in the film industry or whether it's in politics, my father has never done my sifarish, so to speak. Otherwise, in the film industry, by now I would have done a lot more work on the basis of him recommending me to people he knows. In politics also, when I worked in the previous election, when I was campaigning for him all throughout, I wasn't doing it with the expectation that I want a ticket. I was fulfilling my duty as a son, which I think every son should do. And the amount I have traveled in Bihar, especially last time because of the Lok Sabha elections, I think that I was just as hard as any other party worker, if not more, so to speak.